That's it. Oh, the one Kamehameha he shot with his feet. Other than that, he stole his moves from everybody, man.
You're in deep. Let's do this.
Bet.
1, 2, 3. Woohoo!
Let's get it.
Cheers, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Welcome.
That's some high quality H2O.
Dude, we're hydrating. We got to hydrate. So you filming a movie?
Yeah, I guess they was already in process of setting it up, and I guess somebody called out, and I got the message maybe Tuesday and Wednesday, like, hey, can you be out here this weekend? I'm like, yo, what's up? Well, we're going to pay you X amount of dollars to come in and be the big bad and have a few fight scenes. And
What?
those few fight scenes was from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. of us filming the same continuous shot. So
You like how they word it? It's just a few.
yeah,
just a few.
fight scenes.
Yeah,
Look,
nothing.
something light.
You got it.
Man.
30 minutes every time.
Yep.
Okay, breaks, reset.
Yep. Break, reset, and then after every reset, they have to recalibrate the cameras, get the white balance together. And I'm like, bro, if y'all don't put this thing on auto and put it in post, but we got to shoot everything raw and in flat, man. Put the thing on auto, put it in color grade and post, man. That's what I do. I cheat, man. If it's there, it's auto for a reason.
Soon the cheat will just be throw it in, or it'll just come out perfect out of the camera.
True.
They're gonna start adding the AI to everything.
Oh, they're gonna do it. They already working it.
Messenger just got it.
Man, Messenger just got it. And then I saw this thing for like the podcasters and like video game streamers.
Opus Clip.
Yep,
Dude.
You got Opus Clip, but you got another one that's about to drop called SMP or something like
I've
that.
seen it.
It's AI that plays the game for you,
Bro. Oh, it plays the game.
Yeah,
Like to the T. It edits based on waveforms and camera value. Like, dude, it's over. Kurt, sorry, buddy. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, bro,
I will never, dude.
being a content creator is no longer going to be lucrative in the next 2-3 years.
Well, they're already changing the pay scales because they know what's coming.
Yeah. So,
You see it all. Facebook. Did you see that? They like changed it again.
Yeah, Facebook changed it again, and then so the crazy thing about it, everybody that I personally know who's a content creator, if they did not have their professional suite set up through Meta for Facebook, their page either got hacked or they got demonetized or something happened to where they. I don't like using shadow ban because your range is based off of what city and what area that you're in regularly.
Sure,
but it's like a lot of people that I know who didn't have like their professional suite and they're not paying the $14.99 a month for Facebook. It's like all of their stuff is either shadow banned or demonetized, or they've been dropped lower in the algorithm or something. They're no longer getting the views.
Single time do you use the Meta suite? Do you
Not
use
yet.
it?
So I use it, but I haven't been using it over the past couple of months.
So every time I do it now, while I upload these episodes, like every Saturday, which I'm behind this week, but as soon as you hit publish, it goes pink and a thing pops up. It's like, do you want to spend $100 to make this not suck? Basically, like, and it's like, give us money, or 20 people are going to see this out of the 3,000 people that like it, or whatever it is. You know,
that's what I hate about it, man. So when we promote the wild mixers, whenever we get around to those, we had the Brothers of Four Pillars wrestling page that's just for promoting either the wine mixer or an event that's thrown by somebody who has been a part of the wine mixer.
Okay.
It got to a point to where every time we posted something, it will pop that up. It will pop, hey, would you like to create a special event for this ad that you're posting, even though it's just a picture or a video clip? And then on top of that, I started getting, that's a whole different situation, but I started getting flagged for the Four Pillars page for promoting violence.
Oh, come on, dude.
They flagged it, restricted. Like right now, my Facebook page is still restricted until January of next year.
Because of the wrestling?
Because of the wrestling. Well, it's somebody being, can we cuss on here?
Oh, you say whatever the fuck shit. Yeah.
Somebody being a bitch and hating on us and everything.
You got somebody did the thing.
Somebody did the thing.
Bullshit,
and ever since that started, it was like I was having number of problems after problems anytime with any kind of promoting.
Time. God, dude. That is actually ridiculous. Am I in focus? We didn't do the focus thing, Kurt. Okay. Dude, that's an actual that's such shit. And you can't appeal nothing with that. They don't give a fuck.
No, you can try to appeal it, but unless you get unless you pay the $14.99 a month,
yeah.
they're not even gonna review it.
Nah. Now, a computer will or something like part of the algorithm, or it'll filter you down and down and down, and you just.
And then even doing the research on it, it tells you, oh yeah, you can speak with a team of such and such in professionals to help you get your page back on track, but you got to be paying them $14.99 a month. Like, damn, Netflix.
Yeah. And when's that gonna go up? The price is only gonna ever go increase. They're never gonna leave. Like, you know what,
man?
Now that it's $74.99 a month, maybe we should cut y'all a deal.
So
like,
Netflix.
Fuck.
So Netflix, I remember. Netflix said it was like what
$7.99
a month,
think, if I remember right.
And then not too long ago, it went from $7.99 to like $14.99.
What is it, 20 something now?
Yeah,
or it's scaled now.
It's
now
scaled.
It's by a screen.
You got different tiers, and even if you have the lower tier, you gonna get.
And they know.
Yeah,
they know now.
And you're gonna get the advertisements and the commercials like literally every 5 to 6 minutes.
We got kicked off of we use my wife's sister's account.
Yep.
And she was signed in on hers, and we tried to watch it. It was like, bye.
Yep. I think the message I remember seeing was this account is not set up for multiple viewings in multiple locations or something like that.
Damn.
Like, damn, they finally.
You texting your cousin like, hey, cheap ass, add another screen.
Like, damn, they finally. Because, shoot, I don't care if they see this or not, man. Somebody who did me wrong a while ago when we was all cool, they gave me their Netflix, their Disney Plus.
Still rocking
their
it?
Hulu. Man, I was rocking it this whole time, and I hadn't talked to this person in like 3 years. And every time I needed to log in, like on a different computer or something, I'll just go to our old messages and just scroll up till I see it. Until I see the shit. And they never knew. They never knew, or they knew that they did me wrong, so they never said nothing about it.
Maybe they're like, go on, Toomer, you have that.
Like, man, where's all this? Because this person, he's I'm trying to figure out how to say this. He's like the trailer park stuff.
Damn. Hello. Hi, that's me.
Like I said, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. He's a piece of shit regardless.
Sure.
All I'm saying is this. I don't know where he was at January 6th.
That guy.
Yeah,
I got
one
you.
of those
Yeah,
guys.
not me. Hey, put me back on the camera, please. Redacted.
Yeah. So, he was probably there. So I know when he got on there, when every time they logged in and it said like recently viewed, like it's all this black content, Obama documentaries.
Yeah. You might have saved him, man.
Yeah, I might have saved him, man. But I know for this long he could. I know he had to get on there. I'm like, who the hell is watching this?
Oh yeah. Because if there's not like your account inside the account, you know how it's like mom's account, dad's account. What you're watching is popping up on his too, for sure.
On his, for sure. Oh, I was making sure every time I clicked on it, it said, "Who's watching?" Michael. Yeah, I'm saying your name. Who's watching, Michael?
Michael. I hope he doesn't watch this and then cancel all your beautiful watching.
Oh, I don't care. I got another website, movie4kto.net.
You are in there, huh? With that stuff?
Got to, bro. Hey, cheap living, bro. That's how you save money.
Cheap living.
Cause like, all right, if you think about it, man, with the subscription stuff, they took away cable. I remember when cable bills used to be anywhere from $100 to $150.
Oh yeah.
They took that out. Everything was good for a minute.
Yep.
Because we had the low tier.
I'm only paying $8 a month. I can watch whatever I want.
Watch whatever I want. And
now we pay more.
Yep. Then you had Netflix get popular, and then out of nowhere you had Hulu popped up. So that's another $6.99 to $8. Then you have all of the major platforms like HBO, Cinemax,
Amazon, Apple. They're in the game now.
They're all in the game now.
Yep.
They're all producing quality content that people want to watch. But guess what? You want to watch it, you got to pay for those.
Paramount Plus.
So then then you turn up and you get 15 different subscriptions for $8.99 to $10 a month, and it's like, where all my money going?
That's right. And sometimes you're paying for two, like you forgot or you re-upped or some confusing, like why is it logged out, and you created a different one and now they're charging you twice.
Yep, because what happens is a lot of people sign up for the free subscriptions and you still got to put your card information in, and then they'll forget about it, and then turn around and start a whole nother
Yep.
account, and then you double paying. And they not gonna say, hey, this
Hell no.
this credit card payment is linked to
Hell
another
no.
account. They ain't gonna tell you none of that, man.
Disney. Oh, Max, that's another one.
Yep.
And they went up. Their shit's ridiculous.
For real? I
Yeah,
ain't even know
it's
they
like
went up.
$20 a month.
They can keep it.
Yeah. There ain't nothing good on there, I promise
They can
you.
keep
That-
it.
it was the best, and now it is.
I will watch free YouTube for the rest of my life. if I need to.
Same. That's it, dude. I was telling Kurt before you got here, I don't remember the last time I turned my TV on for me personally.
Yeah, just to watch TV. Now, it shows that I still watch, but I watch them off their website that I just named out. Like, I mean, for me, it ain't worth the subscription. And then on top of that, it ain't really much that I'm really watching that's episodic that I feel I need to follow. Outside of like when something like The Boys drop or GMV
Something
drop
cool.
or something like that.
Like I like the I like that new Godzilla verse they've been building, and that show they put on Apple was freaking phenomenal.
So I hadn't seen it yet. I wanted to watch Godzilla -1. I still hadn't seen that because
I haven't seen that one either.
But then it's another one, Godzilla and Kong. Mm-hmm. I wanted to watch that, and then
the new one's not out yet. It's coming. I think it's like next month.
Godzilla Kong dropped this week.
yeah,
Is it this week?
Yeah, Godzilla Kong is out. It's already on my website, but it's not a good version of it.
No, it never is. You got to wait a month
Yeah,
or two.
So what I love about my website, if a movie drops sometimes, bro, like the next week, it's a good.
Really? A
Yeah.
good rip? Somebody's in there with the 4K camera?
No, like I don't know how they get it, but bro,
It's
it
like
be
D version?
yeah, it'd be like straight theater type versions of the movies.
Well, they're all digital now. So anybody they come on hard drives. It's like, well, anyone who works at a movie theater and doesn't care can easily just, let me put this in my laptop real quick.
Oh, we used to do this when I had a buddy who worked at Tandy 10.
Yo, damn.
had a buddy.
Dandy 10.
Yep, had a buddy who worked at Tandy 10, man, and we stayed in there.
I bet.
Stayed in there getting stuff.
Dude.
And then he would, because a lot of people don't know, like, yeah, they had, like, some movie theaters, like, they still use the reels and everything, but back then they had, like, a digital format player that ran off a disc, but you can copy everything off a USB drive. That's all he was doing. And was selling the USB drives for like $50 a pop, but that $50 a pop had all of the movies. Now, even though Tandy 10 was like the cheap movie theater,
It was $1,
yeah,
man.
but they had those movies months before they started playing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was just, hey man, I got that new such and such. You want it? Hell yeah, I want it.
Well, it seems like you're old enough to remember. It was big movie theaters.
Yep.
Then the poor people got them in the movie theaters.
Yep.
We had Marketplace, and we had Tandy 10, and we had
Yep.
the one on University and Ash. What was that? Not the Village, but the one up from that that became like a church later on. And that's where we always went to, like, because Marketplace would do 50 cents, and then you had
Yep.
to wait another 6 months for VHS, and
Yep.
then another 6 months to own it.
Yep.
So it's like a year and a half, 2 years sometimes.
Man, I
Crazy.
I can't tell you how many times we watched White Chicks,
I love that movie.
fucking Black Knight with Martin, Fast and the Furious. Like, we would just go, because what the movie theater for us, man, was like a babysitter for my moms.
Absolutely.
They'd just be like, hey, just go be at the
Malls.
movies all day.
Movie theaters, arcades.
Yep.
All here, go buy.
Yep.
Here's $20.
And we used to stay in a little arcade spot, spending all our money
Oh, yeah.
on the little car game.
Cruising USA.
Yep, Cruising USA, Cruising USA, Cruising World.
The shooter one, the Time
Oh yeah,
Crisis.
Time Crisis. Time Crisis was my joint. Time
I
Crisis.
love that game.
NBA Jam. Tandy 10 didn't have them, but across the bridge at the mall, when they had the arcade, they had like all the fighting games.
Aladdin's Castle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was my place.
I love that place. R.I.P.
You can go there. You can play Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat
Tekken.
4. When Mortal Kombat 4 came out, the
Yep.
the line in that place to play
Yep.
that fucking. I wonder if we passed by each other a handful of times
We
in our life,
probably
man.
did.
There's no way we didn't.
We probably did, and it was always that one fuck ass kid who could beat every fucking body. He just there.
Fuck that kid, dude.
I mean-
Everybody.
I remember it was this one dude who was beating everybody, and he would use Reptile. and he would kill everybody with the same fatality. And then when I finally
do the acid bones,
the one where he'd jump on their head for Mortal Kombat, he'd
yeah,
jump on them and eat their head,
yeah,
and then come to find out how easy the damn combo was, or the fatality, holding that auto punch and kick commands, and then pushing up.
That's it,
and that's it. And he was fucking up everybody, because he was the only one who could. I ain't gonna say the only one, but at the time he had the damn fluid leader where he can kill everybody with the combos.
Right.
So
when they started the back-to-back combo stuff, yes.
So he would jump in, boom, 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 back kick, you will flip, and then he'll go right back.
You never even get a chance to hit him.
Didn't get the chance to do shit,
dude.
He was Tekken juggling before Tekken juggling was. Right. So.
Yo, Tekken juggling was absolute bullshit.
Man, I hated Tekken juggling.
Yeah, you just put the controller down and be like, "Fuck this, I quit. I'm out."
Yep. My brother, he used to juggle all the time, so I cheat. I get Eddie and just not even know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just pushing shit, and Eddie would do all this shit by himself for me.
How old are you, Toomer?
Man, I'm 34.
Okay. Yeah, you're close to my age. I'm a little bit older. That makes sense. We know a lot of the same things. That's good.
Cool.
When did you start doing wrestling stuff? It's got to be from early, I would assume.
Nah, man. So I got into wrestling the end of 2017.
That's it?
Yeah. So.
And you made this many moves since 2017?
Yeah. Wow. So the funny thing about it.
Man, don't fuck around, Kurt. Jesus.
We recording and everything?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool, bet. All right, the whole time I'm just shooting the shit. All right, so the wrestling stuff, man. How I got into wrestling is weird, but I'll tell like an abbreviated story of it. Me and this dude, Don, you know who I'm talking about. We was kind of going back and forth on Facebook about something, and I was like, man, who the hell is this dude? Blah, blah, blah. Clicked on his page. He was in the ring holding the belt. You know, like, oh, bro, you wrestle? I see you on Little Rock. Where the hell you wrestling at? He was like, man, there's different places that we go to, but hey, we got a show on this date. Come on out. He was like, I can't train you, but I can introduce you to somebody who can. So I showed up, walked down the hill. Everybody was looking at me like, who the hell is this? Showed up, paid my admission, and helped him set the ring up. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out what to do, where to go. But it really it started out for me to just have something to do, because I went through like a crazy breakup, was engaged and everything, and it was one of them situations, and I know this finna sound cheesy as hell, one of them situations where I lost myself.
That happens.
It was like I didn't want to do music anymore, because it was like I writing a bunch of hateful shit towards this bitch.
Right. It's just making you more angry.
More angry shit.
I get that shit.
So I was like, man, I need to figure something out. So I went through like a year and a half just working 2 and 3 jobs, and like it was like I lost myself.
Burying yourself in stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
So getting into wrestling, man, it was something that I wanted to do. It's a lot of people who I heard. All right, I went to school with this guy named Matt Boyce.
Okay.
Matt Boyce was the first person locally that I knew of that was doing something in the wrestling world. But when I say something, I mean he was with Lawler, he was with the Rivieras, he was with them type shit.
Wow.
I would message him like, hey bro, where can I go to get trained? He would never respond. He'll respond to bullshit. If I hit him up like, hey bro, where the hoes at? Oh man, they over here. Holla at me, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He'll respond to shit like that. Yeah. But if I be like, hey man, where can I go get trained? Won't respond. Not just him, but a couple other people.
Gatekeeping?
Yeah, gatekeeping.
Keep it to yourself.
At least that's what it's saying. Like.
Right.
So then I found out who's who, and then started figuring out who are the trainers around here, which is the reason I use the air quotes.
I saw.
Who are the trainers, and then so I messaged them. Now this is back in like 2008 to 2011. I'm messaging people like, hey man, I'm trying to get into wrestling, blah blah blah. Here's my pictures, my physique, fresh out of high school. Just dropped out of college, blah, blah, blah. Where can I get started? Crickets. No response.
Where'd you drop out of college from? What was your...
So I went to Memphis.
Oh, okay.
So I went to Memphis.
Are you from Memphis?
No, I'm from out here in Little Rock.
Okay.
I went to Memphis, man, and then there was some discrepancies as far as like my scholarship.
Sure.
And then they flipped a lot of stuff. I'm like, well, we can set you up with student loans, and I'm like,
fuck all that.
Y'all can have it.
See
quit.
Yeah.
I quit. But went out there, did that, came back. messaging people trying to get into wrestling. Nobody would respond to me. No answers, no nothing, just left on red. I was even messaging company pages directly because at this time you had, I forgot the name of his company, you had Matt Riviera running on not regularly, but he was running a show at least once a month somewhere in the state. I was messaging him. It was another place out in Tuckerman, which we'll get to that later. It was another place out in Tuckerman that I hit up. No response. Went to the actual wrestler's page, and everybody comment, hey, I had this match. I even messaged people directly who was in the matches they were posting. No response.
Damn.
So I was like, hey, forget it. It's funny because this person who I'm about to speak of, he don't even know this or remember this. It was one night I was working security at the Red Room, and I don't know why, it was this dude in there, and he had his daughter who couldn't have been no older than 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Fucking mosh pit starts.
Oh.
And you know how the Red Room is. They're ducked in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Ducked in the corner right by the step up against the little guardrail. And Trapped.
Yes.
And the dude is trying to shit. So I literally break up the whole mosh pit by myself.
I believe that.
So after doing that, this guy come down like, hey, man, you ever thought about being a wrestler? You're a pretty big dude. I'm like, yeah, I'm interested in it, but I don't know where to go. So then he it turned from one of the things to where, hey, you can be a wrestler to where this is what I'm doing. Because then he started showing me all these pictures of him with such and such and such and such and such and such. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's trade information. Let me know where to go. And I can get started. We traded numbers, called him, no answer.
What the fuck, dude? What is going on?
Called him, no answer. Sent him a text, hey, man, this dude you met at the Red Room, blah, blah, blah. Trying to get some more information on this wrestling thing. Nothing. So just went back to doing music. Fast forward, when I finally did find out where to train, and bro gave me the information on where to go to meet people like Draven Morrow and Josh Cross and a couple other people who Will, Grayson Beckett.
Oh, yeah, my boys.
That whole group. From day one, it was all love. Showed up, they were like, hey, you do this, get in the ring, let us see you move. I hit the ropes, they're like, oh, your big ass can move.
Yeah.
Cool now.
It's truly one of the wildest things to watch you wrestle. It's like
funny.
Straight, literally sideways, in the air, giant man, just bow, drop kicking the motherfucker in that side of the head. Like, what the fuck?
It's funny as hell, bro. I love the reaction from this shit too. And but doing that shit, man, we got the training, ended up getting cool, got to a point to where I'm starting to do shows. So I'm like,
your own shows, your own whole. Oh, okay.
No, I'm starting to wrestle on shows.
Oh, I see.
So we go through training. I'm starting to wrestle on shows, and when I say you'll play the WWE games and you starting from the bottom where you're wrestling in a bullshit gym. We wasn't even wrestling in a bullshit gym at the time. We was wrestling
outside in somebody's backyard.
Man, we was wrestling at a fucking gay bar called Rumors in Hot Springs.
Oh, I remember that.
In front of 6 people. Mm-hmm. And just trying to get reps in, trying to get acclimated, trying to get used to this. On top of doing shows in Tuckerman once every other week and everything. Getting reps in, building storylines, also
building the characters at the same time, I assume.
Yeah, building characters and stuff. But on top of that, getting used to this type of format as far as video production.
Right.
Because when I went out there, I was like, man, y'all are kind of sitting on a gold mine. Why the hell are y'all not recording this?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I went home, hopped on YouTube University.
Yep.
So I had to do multicam editing and everything. And I was like, hey, I can come in here and film everything because the whole time I'm training, I'm still there for the shows, but I'm not in the ring in front of the crowd yet.
Right.
So what I was doing was I would set up my cameras and I would literally work ringside camera myself. Go film, do everything. So a lot of people, they thought I was just there filming. And then when I finally had my debut, I was a surprise tag team partner for somebody. And when I came through the curtain, everybody was like, it's crazy how we set it up. So we set it up to where they gave me my debut date. 3 or 4 shows before then, we started training somebody else to do the camera. So one match I would be out there, the next match this person would be out there, then the next match. So that's how we built it up to kind of hide the fact that it was me that was going to be the mystery tag team partner. The crowd didn't know anything about it, nothing. So we go through this thing. And like I literally had like 5 minutes to go to the back and get dressed. I started the show off filming. The other person filmed the next match. Then I filmed the match after that. And then once that happened, I run to the back, change real quick. They come out, cut a couple promos to kind of stall some time. Then my music hit and everybody like, what the hell? And then I walked through the crowd and everybody like, what the fuck is the cameraman doing?
Cameraman.
And I kid you not, the first thing I did when I got tagged in the match against Gaston. If y'all don't know Gaston, bro, y'all are missing the character.
I don't know if I've met him yet. Which
man,
has he done the Vinos thing? Because that's all I've been to. That and your wine mixer.
So he hasn't done the Vino shows, but he's been there.
Okay.
So he's part of our circle, but he's the fancy boy. He's the I'm not doing that.
Oh,
okay. He's the I don't think I fit in over there. But he supports everybody. But the very first thing I did was I get tagged in. He hits me with his forearms. He hit the ropes. It's this Izagiri, the very first move I ever did in front of the crowd. Everybody was like, "What the hell?" So from then, we keep doing shows, keep training, keep doing shows, keep training. Then it gets to a point to where other companies in Arkansas want us to start showing up. Start showing up. We get the whole speeches. Oh, man, you're a big man. You're not supposed to work this way. Not supposed to work like that. And I'm like, pipe down.
Kiss my whole ass, yeah.
This ain't the 40s no more.
Right. Shut up, bitch.
We do our stuff, man. And then it got to a point to where they wanted to book, not just me, but I can't tell anybody else's story. I'm just gonna tell mine.
Sure.
It got to a point to where they wanted to book me, but then they didn't want to book me because they knew I was just gonna do my own shit anyway.
Hell yeah.
And then the reputation started
punk rock, baby.
Yep. So then the reputation of he has a bad attitude and and all this shit started.
He's not a team player.
Yeah. So I was like, man, fuck y'all.
Take your corporate bullshit somewhere else.
So went back to doing my shit, sticking with my group XYZ.
So is this a point where now you've done it enough? Because I'm so like, I got so many questions. But is this a point where you're like, I'm in this, I know how this works. If they don't want me to do it, fuck them. I'll just do my own thing.
So the best way I can explain that mentality, music.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everybody like it's so many parallels between the music business and the wrestling business that a lot of people.
I just found the wrestling at the first Vinos thing. You killing Sleazy. When you stapled that pizza to his head, that was in my crotch.
Yeah.
As I'm like with my phone, I'm like, oh shit, oh my god.
Hey, that's why I love Vino shows though, because there's so many people that be like, y'all really do this shit?
Oh, and so I fell in love. So I've only been doing, what is that? Was that a year and a half ago? I've only been knowing about any of this. I've only known any of y'all for about a year and a half now.
Damn.
That was my introduction to it. So like, but the music parallels, talking to Sleazy and William and Cody and all those people, it's almost the exact same industry.
It is, man. Politics.
Except I feel like it's harder for y'all to like do something where it's for I don't know. I've thought about it. I'm just like, y'all have so many people like at the Vino shows. It's like, dude, y'all have to charge.
Yeah,
y'all have to charge like a decent amount for everyone to make money. I don't think that's something people understand.
And not only that, all right, so in this region, and this is just how I look at it. All right, so let me go back to the music parallels first. So, all right, what I love about wrestling and what I love about music. Music is forever going to be a passion. Wrestling is also a passion. But a lot of my failures that I had through music, I've already been through those situations. That way now when I see them in wrestling, I know either engage with it or leave it alone.
Right.
What I love about wrestling, though, with music, you literally have to have a team of people. If you're an artist, I can't speak for all genres, but I know for rap and hip-hop.
Right.
If you're an artist, especially in the city of Little Rock, you're the last on the totem pole to get any kind of ROI.
Tough, bro.
Because you're the one that's having to pay for beats. You're having to pay for studio time. You're having to pay for mixing, sound, placement.
And there's nowhere to play.
Nowhere to play.
And there's no scene. It's starting now. Like now they're like Johnny Vine's really trying to make some serious headway, and he's doing, and every Vino show he does, there's more people every time.
Man, I got a
but it's like,
so I got a buddy named SJ years ago. I want to say maybe 2010 or 11.
SJ?
Yep.
I think I know SJ.
So we started independent music night.
Oh, okay.
Together.
Oh, okay.
It was when I say we, I don't mean just me and him.
Sure.
Like it was a group of us. Like it was him, his group, 4x4 crew, me, Grand Music. Should I say bro name? No, I'm
No.
yeah. But like it was a group of us, man, that was like, hey, it's nowhere for us to perform, which kind of goes into the wrestling mentality for something that we set up later. So, it's nowhere to perform. We got all these gatekeepers. We got all these people who was rapping and running shows 10, 15 years ago that haven't progressed and they're stagnated, but they don't want to let new faces in.
Right.
Let's go do our own thing.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Ended up linking up with Sam. Forever grateful for Sam. She started letting us do stuff at the downtown music hall.
Did y'all do stuff at the Village too?
Yep, we did stuff at the
feel
Village.
That's where I know it from.
We did a few shows at Snoop Dogg. The Abbott shows, they were trash. The 106 and Park tryouts, those were trash. The Devin the Dude shows.
Devin the Dude.
First time I got to open for Twister was there.
Okay, so we've met a billion times because I worked there the entire time. I was the stage manager for Vino or for them for years.
So back then, I was on some shit to where I was like, all right, I see what everybody else is doing, but I got to be able to do my shit and get attention.
Absolutely.
So I learned.
I like attention too.
So true. So I learned early, like the trick is to appeal to the women.
Right.
Where the women go,
that's right.
The dudes are gonna go,
and they're gonna mean mug you the whole time.
You know what I mean? So what I did was I got together with one of my friends who was in college. She was in college for fashion. She was like, "Hey, just like you in the preppy fraternity." So like I was literally showing up, khaki pants, sweater vest, button down shirt, tie, glasses, and then I get on stage and I'm and then get off. Hey girl, how you doing? Let me bite. And dudes started seeing it, but then that's what also led into building other relationships because these horny ass rappers are like, hey man, you got all the hoes, let me link up with you. And then we link up and build genuine bonds and friendships, and then we like, hey, let's just keep doing our own thing and keep growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
To this day, even though a lot of us aren't really involved and took a step back from the music scene because we got other ventures.
Sure.
My guy SJ, he's still running strong with it to this day.
Right.
So, but that kind of leads into like the market, like knowing your place, knowing your audience.
It's tough, man.
Like I said, I can't speak about it from other genres because like I've only done like one rock show. I did a collab with a group called Levels. We did the song called Guilt. They put me on the show. We killed the show, killed the feature, and then we leave. From doing that show though, in the rock, I don't even just want to say rock community, but in this different genre of music, y'all community is a lot more supportive than the rap and hip hop community. Yeah. Because y'all are actually bringing in fans who, even though they may do music, they're still genuine fans.
Right.
In the hip hop community, it's all competitive.
It's cutthroat.
It's all cutthroat. Yep. Now,
I think that's changing.
It slowly is.
It's very slow, but I think that's changing.
Now, this
from
is
what I can see.
Now, this is what I love about wrestling, though. Although it's that competitiveness there, and I hope I'm not breaking the fourth wall too much.
That's okay.
You ain't shit without your dance partner.
Sure.
So you're just as good as whoever you're in the ring with.
Like a chain.
Yep.
Only strong as the weakest link.
Yep. So whoever I'm in the ring with, you ain't gotta like me for us to do business.
Right.
Where in the rap game, it's like, oh, I don't like this person. We gotta fight every time we're in the club. Bro, now I get paid to fight. I'm not finna fight nobody.
And you do it a lot, dude. Yeah, your schedule is insane. Is this how you live? Like, is this your living, or do you do like computer arts or something?
No, so I'm a tech nerd. I do IT engineering for internet companies.
I knew you were smart.
But we do a lot of traveling for that too. So
do you be like, I got to be in Kentucky for my job. What's in Kentucky on Friday night? Let me catch a match.
Yep.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
That's fucking
And then
brilliant.
and then a lot of times I like going to shows just sit and watch.
Absolutely.
I go to a show and sit and watch just to kind of compare what I'm doing to other people, and then read reactions. And
you're a face in the room. It's building relationships. You see somebody who's worth their ilk and be like, this man right here, go talk to him.
Yep. Also, so I love doing this. And yes, I'm kind of bragging. I just did Booker T's promotion, Reality of Wrestling.
Whoa.
So we get there. So I do this thing at every show.
Is this out?
Not yet.
Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I can talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but the footage isn't out yet. So I do this thing whenever I go to shows where I know people don't know me. I mess with people. I kind of troll them. So I'm fat.
What would you do, mister?
Bro, I walk around like I'm slow, hurt, can't move. I sit down. I'm eating my food in front of people. I'm the stereotypical fat ass in locker rooms where people don't know me. Because I'm real big on first impressions. You get one time to show somebody how you really are.
Treat me how you would treat. Yeah.
But what I was doing was seeing who's gonna be the assholes and who's gonna actually talk to me when I ask questions about certain stuff, and who's gonna turn their nose up to me because that is 5-star Division I athlete.
Man, look at
that
you,
was
man.
recruited straight from college. So we doing our stuff, man, and we getting dressed, and I get dressed, and people see me taping up, and they're like, "Oh shit!" Like you can literally. Boogeyman was in the mirror putting his head on in this whole story behind it. He was in the mirror putting his head on, and I'm over there getting taped up, and he's listening to Bob Marley. So I'm fucking with him like, man, what you know about that? And like we're talking, but the whole time he was there for an hour and a half putting his head on before I started talking to him, nobody said nothing. So I'm like, man, I'm talking to him, regular person. I've been around him before. He's somewhat familiar, at least I hope he would be. So we're talking, and everybody's like, I'm wrapping up, and people like, what the hell? But I'm wrapping up before I put my actual gear on.
Right.
So put my gear on, and they're like, fat martial arts, fat jitsu, what's that? I'm like, you'll see.
You'll see. Oh, so, you'll see, motherfucker.
So I'm walking around marching, doing my high knees and stuff, but I'm still stretching, moving slow. I forget what movie that was. How trash it was, the Dragon Ball Evolution movie.
Oh my god!
When they met Roshi for the first time,
might be the worst film ever fucking made.
But when they met Roshi for the first time in the house, and he was doing stuff, but he was still stretching and going through the motions. I'm doing that, moving around slow, and come time for me to hit the curtain. I hit the curtain, and go out there for the battle royal. My spot was I hit a clothesline on somebody, and then the guy who I was slated to eliminate for some potential follow-up or storyline setup was he's going to come and attack me, and then I kill him with a combo.
Right.
And eliminate him. So the way I had it set up was I kill him with the combo, I come in slow, clothesline, big man, clothesline, standard fat shit, right?
Yeah.
Then Buddy come over, give me the chop. On the third one, I block it, throw him down. I give him 3 hits, face, chest, a leg kick, a spinning back fist, a head kick, and then I throw him over the top rope.
Jesus.
He skinned the cat and pulled himself back up, and right when he got up, I was there with that big enziguri to kick him in the back of the head to eliminate him. I can show it to you. The crowd was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
After that, I was like, I ain't got to do nothing.
Oh, I've seen you wrestle many times, and I'm still like, what the fuck?
Yeah, after that, I ain't have to do shit. Roll to the back, roll to the side. I got to do some stuff with Umaga-san, Zilla Fatu. I got to do some stuff with Mace from Mason Mansour, who recently released from WWE.
Didn't you get to be on when they came here a match, like WWE match, like televised?
No, I didn't get to do a match. They had us doing like security stuff, breaking people up.
Oh, okay.
The first time I got booked by WWE, which unfortunately the whole situation we was in got canceled. So it was a situation where we were supposed to get beat up for trying to break up Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I see.
But Roman was like, hey, I'm not coming. I caught COVID again, XYZ. So Brock was like, all right, I'm gone. And they was like, well, we still going to pay y'all. And we still going to pay y'all the bump rate. Y'all can just do whatever. I was like, can I sit behind the production board? They was like, yeah.
Hell
so that's where I was glued. Bro, when I say 20 screens.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
3 different mixing boards.
Everybody got headphones on. Go camera 2.
But it was so smooth how they did, like, the way they had it set up, man, and this is what I love about stuff like that, and this is the nerd side of it, which I see that you already understand it. I'm sitting there and they're like, yeah, man, my wife, man, she's pissed me off. She done bought her sisters this thing and bought our son a car without my permission. Camera 3, get ready to swing.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I hate that fucking bitch, bro, but I love her at the same time. Camera 7, get ready. Like, and it's like, bro, and it was so seamless.
Seamless.
But it was dope the way that they had it set up. But
what do they do it every night though, right?
they do it every night.
It's fucking insane.
But it
How do y'all do that shit?
Man, I don't know.
Because even your pace is like I see it on the internet. Of course, we're buddies on Facebook. You always are doing this, doing that, doing that. I'm like, fucking how?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I guess from a place of
that passion will take you fucking far for sure.
It's the passion to take it, and then what I'm doing, because all right, people ask me all the time, what's my goal or where am I trying to go? Bro, I ain't got no real goal. I'm just pushing this shit as far as I can push it.
Right.
And it's like, I think that's what's working better for me opposed to other people who may be like, oh, well, I have to get here and I have to win X amount of titles.
That never works, man.
It don't work because you're going into it.
If it ain't for the love of it, it's never gone. You know?
And like getting accolades and getting those accomplishments and everything, that's one thing. But at some point, it's going to get to a point where you have to start being cautious of what all you do. Like, I will not work just any show. I can't.
Well, at some point, you're just doing it. It's a disservice to yourself. You're playing the wrong shows, picking the wrong shit, getting the wrong money.
Being in the ring, a lot of shit is guilty by association. I'll say this, and I don't care who may or may not see this. It's a couple companies who was known in the state for booking a well-known pedophile. And when they hit me up about a booking, I was like, I will not work for y'all.
Yeah.
You got some dudes that in this. A lot of the guys, wrestling wise, not just locally, but somewhere everywhere. A lot of these guys who jump into wrestling, they're guys who may have peaked in high school and never did nothing with their lives after that. So they try to use the wrestling thing as like the macho machismo thing.
Right.
But what it is they're assholes and they're pieces of shit. And just being booked on a car with certain people can fuck up what you got going on in other situations.
Interesting.
So, like I said, this pedophile situation. If you deal or try to touch or look at kids in a sexual manner, you need your ass whooped. Period.
I think we can all agree on that.
Period. But
and maybe more than whipped, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I won't say it, but you know what we're saying.
But I don't want to get y'all flagged either.
Yeah. Well, we already been flagged. I said fuck. I think the third word. We're good, bro.
Shit. But like in situations like that, man, it's like I say, it's guilty by association thing. And then what I hate about it is the gatekeepers. Everybody was like, oh well, he's on papers and he did his time. I don't care. He's on papers. He's not supposed to be around kids,
right? Which is a mass. I mean, that's your audience.
Like if you look at it over the past 3 or 4 shows, even at the Vino shows, it's kids popping
kids, bro. That worries me.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know if you should be shoving hypodermic needles through his cheeks with the 8-year-old watching. Like, fuck. This is taking a turn. It's taking a turn.
Sensei bad cop.
Oh yeah, because he's still under the mind control. That's right. I thought he got relieved, man.
No, well he relieved.
The forest dweller didn't do him a solid.
So the last show, Chris hit the ring, was like, "Hey, we need to figure out how to get this spell off of you because I need my friend back."
Yeah.
Every time he gets hurt, he busts a nut. And then he punched him, and he busted a nut across the fucking ring.
I know. In front of that, dude, did you see that kid's dad? He goes, whoop, like he's like, oh no, I didn't know it was like this, dude. I was over there like, oh shit.
And then you've been ringside. So you know when I'm in the ring, when I'm doing shit, especially if I'm getting beat up, I'm talking shit to the crowd.
Oh yeah, I know. I love it.
Like I'm just like man,
I'm typically the one yelling the fucked up shit, like from the crowd.
Hey, I love it though.
SHO NUFF, bite his fucking tits off, or some crazy, it's whatever comes into my brain.
Man, this man put a bottle of Hydroxycut.
That's right.
And fed it to me and kicked me in the face. And I rolled over and pulled 5 cheeseburgers from under the ring.
That's right. That's right.
Like
I forgot about the cheeseburgers,
bro. But that's what I love about wrestling, man. You can take literally any kind of idea or concept and make this shit happen. I promise you, when I turn heel, I'm gonna be K.Toomer, the fat chick thriller.
That's amazing.
And my thing is, and I'm stealing from Mike Awesome. If you know wrestling, you know it.
Where does that come from, K.Toomer? Is it just your name?
Yeah, that's my real name.
Okay.
Yeah, my real name. So we're doing music and everything. We're doing music. I said I didn't want to go by the young such and such or the little such and such or
Too many of those varieties.
Way too many. I couldn't come up with a decent name or a solid name or anything that I felt took.
Well, Toomer's your last real name?
Yeah.
That's a great last name.
So I was like, hey, let me keep it. And then on top of that, it helped out with like copywriting issues and
Absolutely.
stuff.
No one has that.
Such. Well, it's my legal name. So
Right.
what y'all want me to do?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Talk about a loophole.
Yeah. Entertainment-wise, the only other entertainment-wise, you had a K.Toomer who played for the New York Giants. And then it's a Toomer Elementary School somewhere that randomly pops up from time to time. And then it was this college football player that was popping up.
Imagine people that look for merch for that, but they find your Fat Jitsu merch.
Yep. So, you seen my statuses on Facebook. I say, such, man, where the hoes at? ... K.Toomer.
Right.
I do that on every post.
I know.
But that's the reason why. Because now when somebody types in Toomer online, it automatically pulls me up first.
You smart. I see. Look at him. I was always wondering. I was like, that is like some 60-year-old man shit, but you're gaming the algorithm.
Yeah. Like literally right
Brilliant. No, I love it.
Where is it?
I was wondering. I had to know.
I kid you not. You type in my name, it pulls
There it is.
Everything with me first.
Holy shit.
I hope y'all can see that.
Damn.
So I know because I get tired of doing it. Yeah, I get you. I know I get tired of typing it, but I'm like, I've been doing it for so long, I gotta keep doing it.
It's clearly working.
And it's working.
And this game is all about the brand.
Yeah.
Brand it.
Yep.
So I get it.
Yep.
It's my least favorite game to play, but we've been playing the shit out of it. Got our show coming up this weekend, and it's just like, I'm so over it. I'm so ready to just not promote something.
Not promote something and just sit down and do nothing for a day.
Think, just for one day. And what sucks is that next day is another giant show I have to be at. So I'm like, I've got maybe like 8 hours of free time to fucking not think about it.
If they.
Yeah. Well, because it's Eclipse weekend, so it's going to be just, you better show up. You better leave your house 3 hours early.
Got to.
Or you're going to be fucked.
Got to. So.
Are you doing a match? Are y'all doing an Eclipse match?
I don't know.
Oh, man, that would have been.
It'd be dope. No.
We all got.
When the Eclipse is on the 8th?
8th. And the match is what, 13th? At Vino's?
Yeah. The match is, Vino's is 13th. Unfortunately, I won't be at the next Vino's show.
No.
Because I got to.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense.
I got to do that. And then more stuff with that is popping up too.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Is that moving the Memphis thing really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw. All right. So I've heard some rumblings from a few people, and I probably shouldn't even be bringing this up, but it's funny. I heard some rumblings from a few people. Oh, Memphis Wrestling is just a YouTube show.
Okay. No. But isn't that, well, it's not, but why would that be bad?
Because they look at it, some people who are not involved, they're going to compare what they're doing to the same level as what some other people are doing. But like what a lot of people aren't understanding is, all right, everybody who wants to wrestle has this dream of going to WWE.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
But isn't the greatest access point we have in this world YouTube?
Yeah.
For somebody in WWE to be like, who is that?
Yep.
Right?
But what a lot of people aren't understanding about that, and maybe you've seen it, maybe not. Every time we post something about an upcoming show, you notice we have a different name coming in.
Right.
Those different names are also bringing their people and their handlers. So we have somebody like a Teddy Long comes in and says, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. I really like this fat kid with the long hair.
Right.
He smoked the blunt with me. We had a dope conversation. He did me well. Hey, Booker T, look into this kid. You might like him.
There you go. That's why, impressions, everything.
You have somebody like, and I don't care. I brag about this all the time. You have somebody like a Gabe Sapolsky. A lot of people don't know who Gabe is.
I don't. Is he an industry guy?
Yes.
Okay.
So Gabe Sapolsky is responsible for like the Keith Lees, the Matt Riddles, the MJFs, the Darby Allins, because he used to run a company called Evolve that he sold to WWE in like 2019, like right before COVID hit. But as far as like, but he still works for the E.
Oh, okay.
And he still goes around and he does seminars and he does trainings and he sits and watches and says, hey, I like this kid.
Right.
And then he might say, hey, man, what's your email address, or add me on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And I kid you not, he messaged me and was like, hey, I'm doing a Twitter space tonight. Can you hop on and kind of listen in? I'm like, cool. I don't know what the hell going on. It's him doing a top 10 list of wrestlers or talent that he feels should be on everybody's radar. And he had me at number 1.
Come on, dude.
Because he came to Memphis and did the seminar, everything, and he gave everybody specific instructions on what he wanted to see. I want a 2 to 5 minute match. He said in that match, I need a clothesline, I need some kind of variation of a drop down, and then whoever goes over, I need you to reverse someone else's finisher. Then he also followed up with this. I really like the martial arts style. I love Japanese strong style. What did everybody do out there? The fucking chop battles, back and forth, 5-minute chop battles. Me and the dude that I was in the ring with, I remember us talking about it, and I was like, hey, bro, when you hit me hard like you trying to knock me out. This is what we're going to do on the drop down spot. Because a lot of people do the whole shoot them off the ropes and drop down and people jump over them.
Right.
That's legit supposed to be a trip. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to trip you. I was the only person who did that. And then, of course, going into my martial arts stuff.
Right.
But we didn't have to do the back and forth chop battle and all of that stuff. Because what everybody heard was, this is the style that I like. This is what I watch.
Right.
And then they went out and did it. He not once said, I want y'all to do that. He just said, this is what I like.
Don't be yourself. They're trying to be his favorite
But what
thing.
he was doing, he was trying to set it up to see who was going to step out and stick to what they were normally doing. That got them there in the first place, and who was going to try to change it. We did our thing. He hit me up, and he had a buddy who owns Memphis Wrestling on the line too, because he didn't know anything about it either. And he put us over real tough, put over the company, put over the company, put over the atmosphere, but more importantly, put me over and let me talk. And when I say the Twitter space, one Twitter space may have anywhere from 20 to 50,000 people listening at one time.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. Like, Gabe is a big deal in the wrestling world. And
holy shit.
Think Dave Meltzer if Dave Meltzer was actually legit. like that's where Gabe is. And like I said, he actually works for the E. He does scouting and everything. Unfortunately, the way things work now, it's virtually impossible to get to the E without being like some kind of super athlete or going to their performance center. But what they're looking for now is people that literally have, well, I ain't going to say that's all they're looking for, because you still need people who have experience. But what it's sliding into is with the performance center and the NIL deals and them going back to like...
Who can they market, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's got to be that.
Them going back to like literally scouting and picking up college kids who are on scholarships, who are no longer active in sports anymore, and giving them a job, saying, hey, just come down here for this.
We can build you. We can
$40,000, $50,000 and we can build you. And that's what they're doing. They're building people from a blank slate opposed to me saying, hey, I work the indies, this is how I do it.
That's right.
Well, we want you to work our way.
Yep.
So.
But they're getting some competition now. Is that AEW? Is that bullshit or?
No, AEW is legit. AEW.
I like their matches. It's a lot crazier.
Man, I love going to AEW. I think the only thing that may burn AEW out is, and sometimes we have the situation in Vino's, because I'm not gonna lie, that match for me and Sleazy where I roughed him up real bad. A lot of people don't realize it. That was like 30-something minutes.
I know.
And then with going to a 30-minute draw with Xander Gold, that's a long time. Not just for us in the ring, but for your audience to be watching too.
Yep.
So if you think about the structure of a WWE show, you might have a 5-minute match, promo.
That's right.
Another 5 to 8 minute match.
See, now at Vino's,
comedy stuff.
This last time they started injecting those elements, and I was like, I'm just going to speak candidly and honestly. That first half was way smoother and like more. If you took all that and just spread that across the entire thing, that was a night. Like, bring down the amount of matches and add in more of that, because people were hung. I'm one of those. I'm sure you're like me, where I've been in this game so long, I look at the other. I want to see how people are reacting. I want to see like what's the right move. What's that? You know, it's like when I'm playing a show. 9 times out of 10, I'm not thinking about the fucking music I'm playing. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, let me analyze everything.
Like a lot of people don't see me, man. I'll be right there peeking through the curtain watching. But I'm watching. Yes, I'm watching the match. But like you said, I'm watching the reactions. I'm watching to see how people are gathering and stuff.
Right.
More importantly, like I said, recently it's been way more women than children.
Way more.
And I'm watching the women. The women are animalistic with this shit.
But look how well that match went over. That first female match was unbelievable.
Went crazy.
Crazy
and they didn't do anything crazy.
No, but it was just the fact that it was there. It was different. It was like another element to the thing. Great.
Man, the thing that's getting me is seeing these women who I know could be nurses at UAMS or something, and they're
body slamming people.
Kill that bitch!
Yeah,
like for real. That's what I love about this shit, man. But it's like, man. So for me, this is just how I look at it, just based off of what we've been fed for so long. Wrestling is, at least in some format. If you look at WWE, because you have some people that only follow one brand,
right?
WWE for me is Disney. They give you a little. That's
exactly
bit.
What it
they
is.
give you a little bit of everything, and then your main event is the more serious storyline. But if you watch a full episode of like Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, the commentary is giving you those tidbits. Like later on tonight, we got Roman Reigns and The Rock, blah, blah, blah. I wonder what's going to happen with Cody Rhodes. And then in the middle of a totally unrelated match. Yeah, and don't forget, such as Ricochet just hit a double backflip power driver, but such and such, yeah, he'll fit in good with the bloodline. I wonder how that's going to fare out later on. Well, we'll find out. But, you see that big move?
Yeah.
So they would do this stuff like that to kind of feed in, to kind of remind people.
They're injecting it.
But then you'll have somebody like a R-Truth, who in my mind is carrying it, come out there, do some comedy stuff. Dominic Mysterio, the whole thing with him. As much as I hated Dom when he started with the E, I love him now. But the fact that you can have somebody like that and get the amount of heat that he got, and then inject R-Truth where they're like, yeah, it's you and Dominic Mysterio. You're like, oh, it's two of them, Dom and Nick. I didn't know Ray had that many kids. Him doing dumb shit like that is like, what the fuck? He did this whole thing where he wanted to be in the Judgment Day.
It's like insult comic promo type shit. That's like a new variety of promo.
Yeah. He did a thing where he wanted to be in the Judgment Day, so he stole that shirt and duct tape and wrote his name on its head and R-Truth and was selling them, and then came back and they were like, "You're not in Judgment Day." He was like, "Man, well, what's all this thing?" And like gave him a wad of money. They were like, "How you get this?" "I sold the T-shirts for the group." Like, it's stuff like that that's hilarious, man.
How hard would it be to set something like? Do y'all do that? Because Vino's is very limited space, so there's not a lot of space. That's probably the biggest crutch for that whole building is it's just nowhere to be.
True.
You guys are shoved in that little space behind a tarp, and it's just like,
I think
like those already done after play promo videos. Like if you could have like a projector and
if they can, if we can get them filmed, it can be done. So. As far as like the setup with Vino's, I have nothing to do with it.
Well, it's just limited. I mean,
I have nothing to do with the setup, but whatever they need me for, I'm there for.
Right.
But if I know it was talks, and I'm only going off the little bit of information that Will gave.
Yeah.
They were talking about setting up the projector to be able to air stuff like that, but to also have it to where the people in the back could also see the projector screen too to see what's going on in the ring. Yeah. But I don't know what happened with it as far as like the vignettes and stuff like that, because I know it was stuff that was filmed to sit in, but I don't know.
Yeah, none of it got played, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. But
it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
Now you're adding a production crew.
True.
You know, now you're adding more people to an already stacked fucking event.
But if it's me, how I'm looking at it, I can take the footage that we did from Vino's, and then I can still add in those clips in post,
right?
And then produce like a 30-minute show, and then I can drop that show. Most Vino's shows.
Oh, so save it for after the like. Do it at Vino's. Shoot the promo out on the street or whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm coming for you, or they're kind of different now. I still remember like The Rock, like candy ass, and that's not how it is anymore. It's kind of like more serious.
Yep. But you can take those shows and produce them online for the people who aren't able to make it to Vino's. And then what you can do is do it like I said, I want to say the standard match layout for a Vino show is maybe 6-7 matches.
It's usually that, yeah.
So I could take 3 matches. Really, I can take 2 matches, produce a 30-minute show, and I can add in those promos or those pre-tape segments.
Right.
And then I can produce a 30-minute show for YouTube or Facebook or whatever once a week based off of what we're doing once every other month.
You can split that content up.
You can split it up.
And then keep that storyline going, too. Yep. Damn.
So that's how I would do it.
And use your social media as your like your hub for your promo building and all that stuff, and like who's going to be in this match. And it's like, well, we already got it because we already pre-filmed that.
We already pre-filmed.
So you know what's coming.
Yep. So for me, that's
callbacks.
Because that's how we did with my first run in Tuckerman. Got in there and I'm watching everything, and out there we was running once every other week. But I started noticing just from sitting in the crowd and talking with people weren't keeping up or following with the storylines.
Right.
So like, man, we got to figure out some kind of way to keep people in tune.
That's the hard part. Yeah.
So we started producing like a little 20-minute show to air before each show that was basically recapping what was going on with all the major storylines with the end. Like say if it was a match or something that ended, say if it was a title match, and I'm gonna use WWE names and stuff because that's what people may be more familiar with. So say you got Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and Cody's about to go for the win, and then the bloodline jumps Cody and saves Roman, and Roman wins the match.
Right.
So we will recap from the time Cody has the upper hand going into the finish of the match, and then whatever promo after that to set up the next match. And then from there, we were going to the next angle, and then to the next angle. Just a reminder, a refresher to show people what's going on and keep people in tune. But what I also love about Vino's, how crazy that the crowd is, how crazy the atmosphere is. You ain't got to do none of that shit either.
That's true, too.
You just show up and beat the hell out of somebody.
I like that somebody actually brought a sign this time.
Yeah.
The first sign I've seen at any of the matches, I'm like, it's getting crazier.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
It's getting crazier.
And it's going to keep growing. That's what I love about it.
So, were you in on that? Because you were the first, like, you were at the first one. That's when you did the death match with Sleazy, and then he fell in love. It, like, reinvigorated his love. That was supposed to be his out. Which we all know that. That's on the pod a couple times. I love Sleazy. But
that's my guy.
So, were you in? Was like the whole vibe like this shit's different, and this is going to be the shit we all like the what you think wrestling when you think wrestling.
So
like movie style, wild as hell.
All right. So this kind of gonna tie into the Catalina wine mixers. We kind of became the outcasts of the people that did. The traditional promoters didn't want to book. We started being looked at as the problem kids and all of this stuff. I kid you not. Even though we don't really talk anymore, me, Will, and Matt Odom, I don't know if you know him.
I don't know Matt.
We ended up, I'll tell you his real name off the podcast, and when I tell you, but you might be like, oh, I think I know him.
I know who it is.
Yeah.
I do.
Yep. All right, so
known him for a long time, actually.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so when we was all cool, we was on the way back from a Georgia show, and we was kind of on our bitch fit about how stuff is in Arkansas compared to how it is in Georgia. In Georgia, it was all love, all the. I
want to go to one of those Georgia shows. Bro. The way y'all talk about it sounds so much fucking fun.
The Georgia shows was fun, man. But we would go out there, and we would see how everybody was willing to work with each other. Everybody was openly accepting of everybody. The promoters weren't trying to change what you wanted to do, but also steal your ideal and gimmick for themselves, and, or give it to their buddies and whatnot. It was all love. And on the way back, we was kind of on the bitch fit about it. And one of us threw up the idea of like, man, why don't we just do our own? So we just started joking about it.
I love that, dude. That's how this is. Hell yeah, dude.
And then me and Will was like, what do we do this shit for real?
Yeah.
So then we started tossing around ideas, and I threw it out there, and it's the same with my Fat Jitsu shit. I was like, yeah, and we're gonna call this shit the Battle at the Catalina Wine Mixer. Hold on. What? Me and Will planned for a full year for that first wine mixer, and we did it. It was a success.
Hell yeah.
Second one, Will was like, hey man, I think I got some information on Booking Gang Grill. Bet. Which it was some bullshit that went behind that show. But book Gangrel, get him to do his promos. By booking Gangrel, we set up a sold-out house, set up a successful show, and we also was able to pull the wool or a surprise on Draven Morrow. So Draven is like, they call him the wrestling dad, but I don't know what a dad is.
Oh,
but,
shit.
But Draven is my guy, man. Like when I call him like one, if not once a week, once every other week, and I talk.
He's got his pod too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very good.
I think I'm doing his pod in a couple of days.
Fuck yeah.
So we pulled a surprise on him to where at other companies he will work his way up, and the promoters be like, "Hey man, we're gonna do this and do this and do this and do this." It was one time the promoter was telling him, "Yeah man, I got Boogeyman coming in, and you're gonna work him and all this other type of stuff." He was super uber excited about it just for nothing to happen.
Right.
We didn't tell him that he was working Gangrel. He knew Gangrel was coming, but he didn't know he was working.
You surprised him?
So he found out
That's
by by us posting the promo that Gangrel sent in. It was like, Draven Morrow, I'm coming.
So he found out that's fucking rad, dude.
He found out and he called me. He was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "Yeah, man." And
better stock up.
Yeah. So he did this thing and built it up where on his side he's banning vampires from Arkansas.
Right.
And they go out there and they kill it. Third wine mixer, we had a decent crowd, but there was so much different stuff that it didn't really work out the way that I wanted to.
Right.
So this next one, I'm making sure we're going into planning, execution, and everything the way it need to be. I hate to say it with what I want to do. I might have to push it back to next year.
That happens. That's amazing. Take your time, because I was at the last one. That was the first out of Vino's match I went to, and I definitely you could tell you could tell.
Yeah, it was everything that could go wrong went wrong that day. People didn't show up on time. My camera crew didn't show up on time. Couple of guys who was in matches, I don't know, they shit the bed. Just being honest.
No, I agree.
Yeah, they shit the bed, and when we got to the back, I'm like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna pay you, but I'm gonna have to talk to you a different time."
Yeah.
That one definitely didn't play out the way that we needed it to. And plus, it was so fucking hot.
It was fucking.
It was like 110 degrees.
Yes, it was so fucking. Everyone was like, "Why wouldn't it just be down there inside?" That's what everybody was like.
So that's what. All right, so that venue, I'm not gonna say the name of the venue, but those are my guys. Some young black brothers.
It's a dope spot.
It's a dope spot.
Yeah, I love it.
Some young black brothers who got their shit together, put money behind the building, got this event space. The problem is other business owners in the area wanted that building. So now every time they do something big, somebody from their area or their neighborhood is trying to get it shut down.
Bro.
How they fucked us up, they called and said, "Hey, that building is a fire hazard. A fire broke out."
I think somebody told me that.
So whenever that happened, the fire marshal was like, "Hey, I can come in and do an inspection. I can do a walkthrough that'll take 10, 15 minutes. It's gonna take 8 weeks for me to get that on schedule though."
Yep.
That's what messed us up. They called in 5 days before the last wine mix.
Man, fuck.
But we would have been inside. We had it set up to where the food court, one of the food trucks was actually going to be parked inside.
Oh, that would have been so sick.
Bro, we had everything lined up, and then.
So you think the mood was probably already just down from that too?
Yep.
Like it started on a bad foot.
Yep.
Yeah.
It started on a bad foot, but. Ultimately, though, the wine mixer started from us saying, "Hey, we're the outcasts.
That's beautiful.
We don't like the way a lot of stuff."
So Vino's was an offshoot of that. It was like, let's do this again someplace else.
So the concept with Vino's, I wasn't in on the original talks on it.
I got you.
So when Will had hit me up and was like, "Hey man, we're gonna do a show at Vino's," I'm like, "Hey, that's dope." My first question was like, "How the hell we gonna get a ring in there?"
Was that Chris and Buddy's thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
makes sense.
But then when he gave me the full scoop, I'm like, "Hey, I'm all in. I'm all in for whatever y'all
shit
need."
was so insane. And yeah, how do they get a ring in there? It's so insane. You now they got the bigger one, and you walk down that little 1 foot gap.
It's like, man, it's crazy. But I love it though, because we get to do crazy shit in there, like Xander hanging from the fucking rafters.
Dude, some of the coolest fucking photos of all time are him midair dropping down on somebody with his elbow.
We did, man. This motherfucker, fuck you, Xander.
Alexander Gold.
Dude kicked me in my gut, hooked me for a bulldog. I tried to reverse it, and in the reverse, this motherfucker ran on the wall.
I saw that.
And flipped it into a DDT. And when I watched it back, I was like, you athletic motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
But, like, it's like, I don't know, man. It's the Vino's crowd, and
let me ask you something before you go. Sorry, I'm so ADD. Like that fight went forever.
Yeah,
that was a long ass match.
Yeah,
like it was insane. I was like, I don't know how either of these men are up.
I don't know.
And he's fit, and he looked rough at the end. He was just sweating. Just Is there a not to get too much in the weeds, but is there a moment during something like that where, say, you're 20 minutes in and you're like, hey, dude, we got to take this shit home. Like,
shit, I was there.
I'm fucked up.
I remember I put him in the corner for something, and I hit him, and I heard the announcer say, 15 minutes left. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, we done already did World War III. Yeah. But we pushed through it some kind of way, man.
Y'all did. That was wild.
That was a crazy ass match. I mean, you got two people. He's the Diamond State champion. I'm the Unified Arkansas champion, and now I'm also the Memphis Heritage champion.
That nickel, baby. Woo!
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man, a match like that with two people, I don't necessarily want to say equal levels like it's power scaling from Dragon Ball Z or anything, but you got two people of that level that's like, hey, we're not just fighting to get the win, but we're trying to represent the brands that we're carrying as well.
Absolutely.
So us, I mean, I think it's kind of poetic that you had us beating the hell out of each other the way that we were, and it went to a point to where it just wasn't any more time left for us to fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, because at the end of it, man, we both in the back sucking wind.
Dude.
Like, fuck you. I'm beat your ass next time. Like,
you're like, go put your suit back on. Shut up. He's awesome.
But the Wymix stuff, man, the Vino shows, bro, I love them because they're organic. They created an organic following.
Right.
What I love about wrestling in general is through wrestling, I wouldn't be able to meet or have the connection with the people.
Yeah.
Like, just being honest. I know at some point in time in the past we crossed paths.
There ain't no way we didn't.
Never had a conversation until we met in wrestling.
That's right. Not one.
So that's what I love the most about wrestling. And like I said, it's organic. What I hate about it now is we created a wrestling boom for this area, and now it's 30 other fucking companies trying to pop up.
Yes. Quit biting my shit.
30 other companies trying to pop up, saying, hey, we're this, we're that. And like I said, I'm all for the growth and progression, but now it's at a point to where I feel like we built it up, we created this boom, and I just wanted to be done right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I wanted to be set up to where it's a saying amongst the boys to where you always want to leave this shit in a better place than where it was when you was in. Mm-hmm. I want this shit to be done right. What I hate about some of these other companies that are popping up is the people who were known for the bullshit when I was getting started in it, that are starting these companies and saying, hey, blah, blah, blah. And that's not a dig on anybody. It's just the honest to God truth.
Sure. There's always going to be bad players, always.
If you got a motherfucker willing to steal a ring from somebody so they can't run a show, you a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's wild. God damn.
That was that Gangrel show.
Oh, my God.
2 days before the show, you get a call at like 5:30, maybe 6 in the evening. Hey, man, I just got a call. The ring has been stolen.
Stole the whole thing. What
I
the
went
fuck?
and found it.
Hell yeah,
I still got the pictures in my phone. I went and found it. Yeah.
That is wild as fuck.
Yeah.
Y'all need y'all's own like behind the scenes show, like a damn Law and Order.
Bro, this shit, I'm telling you, this shit could be a Tyler Perry TV series.
Yo, he's over in Georgia, dude. How y'all holler at him?
For real, I'm telling you, bro, the behind the scenes stories and shit with wrestling, man, is so fucking crazy.
Take real stories and then redo them in comedy style, like show. Yeah. That'd be a fucking hit.
So I got an idea for this shit, bro. And this is my ADD and my dyslexia kicking in. So it used to be this show that came on True TV called South Beach Towing.
Okay.
I would watch this shit, and I'll be like, I know this shit is fake.
Oh yeah.
You know it's
So
fake.
much of it is fake.
And it would be so over the top, but it's so over the top. It's almost
You can't
like
look away.
It's almost like when the Tiger King documentary
That's
came
right.
out.
You
it
cannot
was so
stop.
fucked up you can't stop watching it.
I watched every episode. Kurt would text me, "Did you see the episode yet?" No. It's weirder than the last one.
No, I didn't, bro. So when that shit hit, I didn't know nothing about it, and I saw the fuck Carol Baskin shit, and I just did like a random video. I was like, I don't know who she is or where she came from, but fuck Carol Baskin. One of my homeboys seen it. He's in North Carolina. He seen it. He called me. He was like, bro, you know about this shit too? I'm like, what? The Carol Baskin shit. I'm like, no. He was like, bro, hop on Netflix.
You got to watch this
Make
shit.
sure
Yeah.
you don't have shit to do.
That's right.
This was like a week before they fired everybody's job got shut down from COVID.
Yeah.
So that first few days at home, and I'm like, man, I'm bored as hell. I don't know what to do. I need to get my mind off making money. Let me hop on Netflix. First thing that pops up, Tiger King. Bro, from the first 2 minutes, I'm like, I'm fucking hooked.
It's the most unbelievable fucking story of all time. I want to know, that has to be one of the most watched documentaries of all fucking time, right?
Sure.
Because it happened at the pandemic, and we were all inside going, "Can you fucking believe? Can you believe this shit?" Da, 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 da.
Gotta be. So
It came out right at the perfect time.
Literally,
Yep.
couldn't have been a
That's
better
all
time.
anybody had to do was watch it.
That and anybody that had a comedy special. Those
Facts.
are like the most watched comedy specials. That was the most watched documentary. Oh man, what a fucking show.
So this kind of leads me, it's funny that this worked out. This kind of leads me back to meeting people in wrestling. At a Memphis wrestling show, kicking it, hanging out. Ronald comes in, speak to him, give him his praises. Look up and it's Tiger Joe, the Tiger King impersonator.
Yeah.
Talking with him. He was legit the process server for the courts who had to
Get
serve
the
him.
fuck out of here.
Who had to serve all the paperwork. And we just back there talking and shit, cracking jokes. And he's like, yeah, man, the guy... Oh, well, I can talk about it now because they put it out. He's like, yeah, man, the guy who was arrested for the hitman who's supposed to take the money to go down there, he's living in my house right now in Vegas. He ain't got nowhere to go.
The fuck?
He said the feds paid him money, said they was going to pay him X amount of dollars to confess or get them information they need to lock Joe Maldonado up and all this other type stuff. And he did, and then they left him hanging.
Of course they
So
did.
everything this man is telling me, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Then part 2 of the documentary series comes out. And everything he is telling me is in part
It's
2
in
of
that-
the
that's
fucking...
so fucking
And I'm
wild.
sitting there like, bro, this fucking crazy.
Like I met that guy. Like I knew this firsthand information.
Yeah,
That's so
did
wild.
a fucking video with him where I'm like, hey, man, it's my birthday. And he was like, yeah, man, you like tigers? I'm like, no, not like that, bro. But, bro, it's, I don't know, man. It's just... Everything in the wrestling world, bro, it's so much of a circus. It can be either super organized and you can treat it like a business and doors can open for you and other parallels from other areas of entertainment can open for you.
Absolutely.
Like I said, somebody saw me in the wrestling ring and was like, hey, we're filming a movie. I want him in it.
There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I need theme music. Well, KT does music.
Oh.
Hey, K.Toomer, can I hear
Do you
something?
do your own graphic design too, or do you hit up other people?
To a certain extent. So some stuff I can do. So I can do a lot of stuff for other people.
Right.
But when it comes down to creating graphics for myself, I suck at it.
You're like, this sucks. I hate this. Same.
So I'll come up with a concept idea, like the little word designs and logos and stuff
Yep.
like that. That's easy. This,
Right.
I met Stephanie Natalie. She was the voice actress for Kid Goku. Met her. She signed a picture for me in his Kid Goku on the Nimbus Cloud. I sent that to dude, and I was like, hey, I need something like that. He sent me this back like an hour later.
Really? You cooked that up in an hour?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So I can do graphic work. I can do graphic design and
Ideas.
everything. It's just when it come down to me creating shit for myself, I suck at it.
I feel that.
So, but video editing, anything that you see from me, video editing wise, outside of course like a TV show that I'm on,
Right.
that's all me.
So is acting something you're trying to pursue as well?
So it's actually something that I'm finding out that I like doing.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I always had the ideal of doing acting and jumping into like comedy stuff like that.
Oh man,
But
we should hang out more. That's
I'm
like
game.
my whole fucking thing. I want to do a sketch show so bad.
I'm game for it, man. So when we was doing Young Rock, it was this guy on the set named Nate Jackson. He played Junkyard Dog on Young Rock. When talking with him, I was already familiar with him, but I couldn't remember where I knew him from. Come to find out, he's part of an acting crew in California that I follow, and they just do skits.
Right.
But they do skits on everything. And when I say skits, it's not just doing skits for the sake of getting a joke off. No, they have placements. They have whole video series from Blue Chew. So this one guy, Big Jai, I'm gonna give him his credit. You have Big Jai. He did a whole Blue Chew series based off of him chasing down women who he underperformed in the bed with. And now he's redeeming.
Now he's got the Blue Chew.
And now he has the Blue Chew and he's redeeming his stroke. And then and then the setup is so crazy, but it works because he's like giving them like everything that they need and explaining everything, and then they end up giving him a chance. And when he leaves, because he piped them down with the Blue Chew, they're stuck in the wheelchair for 3 days. When I say they're doing skits, like, yeah, they're doing skits.
That's hilarious.
They're doing skits, setting up the stories, doing the jokes and all of that stuff, but they're also getting placement through the skits. So, all right.
Oh, wow.
So
okay.
So like the Memphis Wrestling, if you watch one of our Memphis Wrestling shows, here in our area, it's only accessible through YouTube.
Right.
But in other markets, though, we're on ABC, we're on NBC, we're on Tubetown TV, we're on WMC Channel 5. We're national now.
Whoa.
I don't know all the different conglomerates, but I can
Sure.
pull it up and show it to you.
That's
Where the
amazing.
press release hit. Not only that, we're under the United Wrestling Network umbrella, so it's not just us in Memphis. You have Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You have Derby City in Louisville, Kentucky. You now have Reality of Wrestling in Houston with Booker T under that umbrella now too. But if you watch our show, we also have the sponsorship from Sonic.
Hell
Also
yeah.
have sponsorship from the Memphis Health Department.
Okay.
I also had a sponsorship from the Tennessee medical field, to where we're running commercials and ads for Sonic locations, the Sonic specialty ads, where we're also running ads and campaigns about the St. Jude Foundation, about media and marketing. We're also setting up fundraisers and doing stuff like that. So a lot of people here locally may say, hey, what y'all are doing on YouTube is just a YouTube show. You only see what you're trying to see.
Interesting.
It's way bigger than just a YouTube show.
Yeah, yeah.
The wrestling on the show, I hate to say it like this, but we're Saturday morning cartoons.
Right.
But how many times did you watch?
All of it. All the time. That's my favorite thing in the world still.
How many times and I'm just saying locally, how many times would you wake up, be watching a cartoon, Pokemon or something, then, hey kids, we'll be right back, blah, 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 and then commercial. I was cruising around Little Rock just the other day when I seen the little car.
When I was a kid, which is about, I'm 40, so I'm just a little bit old. So you probably wouldn't have caught this. They had on Fox, was Saturday morning cartoons, they had a show built into that was a local show.
It was the Fox. It was
Kind of like Bozo the Clown used to be. Like,
but it was like Fox Kids and stuff.
Yeah, it was like a show inside of a show. Like they were showing you cartoons, but then when they would cut, it would be to this, and they would be like, "Yeah, you should brush your teeth with da 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 da," or go to Bryant Auto Care or whatever, you know.
And then, so they started running it, and then you had the Fox 16 Kids Club. I remember that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy. I remember that, the Fox 16 Kids Club, and then you had attorney Peter Miller. He jumped into it. And then that's when he was like, I need to do something with a cartoon graphic. And he paid a local rapper, and then they came up with the, have you ever been injured in a wreck? In a wreck, and you really need a check.
Need a check.
Cook.
Yeah,
yeah. How cook and 18665 for or so you have situations like that to where the commercials get so repetitive. Like that commercial probably ain't aired in 20 years, but I still remember it.
The dog, the crime dog, Scrub McGruff,
Chicago, Illinois,
60652. It's like it's in my DNA at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got situations like that to where it's the advertisement that's really the reach. That's where some of the money come in. That's where the doors open up to say, hey, we want to do this bigger. We want to get a new camera setup. We want to go 20 cam, And I shout them out, hey, y'all do a lot of work with St. Jude. St. Jude just partnered up with the Heal the Hood Foundation to inspire inner city youth. We would love for K.Toomer to come down. I come down, speak on the panel, and then boom, 3 days later, hey, bro, we got a movie we want you in. Can you be here Saturday?
Right.
Yeah, I'm on the way.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know, man. It's weird how the doors and everything open, but it's kind of getting to the point to where the wrestling aspect of what I'm doing is the advertisement now.
Your brand. Yeah.
Opposed to saying, hey, come to this skateboard park, this wrestler's going to be there. And now is, hey, I want this wrestler to be booked at this skateboard park.
Right.
So
absolutely.
But man, we could talk for days about that.
I love that. That's like the when you've been in it, entertaining people for long enough, that becomes the thing that you're like, oh, dude, me and Kurt will sit here after a pod and we'll have another 3-hour conversation just about shit like that. Yep. Well, we could do a show like this. We could do a show like that. We could call this part blah blah blah, and it's all the time. It's all we ever really do is talk about shit to do.
Man, I need to go back to doing them, but I was doing these skits called Conversations with My Roommate. So you had KT, of course it's all.
But it was you, right?
Yeah.
It was just you. You were both thinking, that was great.
Yep. So you had KT and then you had TK, bro, and I would come up with like the craziest things, but they were based on real life situations. Went to college. Everybody who went to college, everybody was a hoe.
That I believe. I didn't go to college, but assuredly.
Man.
You get enough horny teenagers in one spot.
Yeah. And a lot of them are new to having freedom.
Right. Oh, yeah. Unbridled freedom, too. Like, no one's around.
Man, I probably shouldn't be saying this, man, but some of these hoes we was messing with, bro, crazy. And we just do what you do. You just stay safe. That's all we care.
Stay safe.
Man, but me and the homie, we, from time to time, we'll meet girls, and I'll be chilling with one girl, he'll be chilling with the other girl, then we'll separate, go into our rooms, and thinking everything cool. The next thing I know, I get a knock on my door. I'm like, what the hell? I open the door. It's the girl that he was with, like, yeah, it's time for us to switch. And the girls were like,
oh, my
and I'm
Lord.
like, okay. So I did a sketch like that to where I was in the room knocking this chick off, and this dude and my roommate just ran in like showtime. I was like, nah, bro, this ain't that type of party. Then I had one because the roommates, even though it was both me, they're totally unrelated. I had one to where I was in the room knocking off my roommate's mama.
Oh, my God.
And he was listening to the door, and then I came out sweating. He was like, damn, bro, what freak you got in there? I was like, yeah, bro.
I think I saw that one. Yeah.
This show mama.
Holy fuck.
So I know you've seen him now. We have a local legend, or who we're trying to make a local legend in the wrestling scene, Fred James.
I love Fred. How was he not? He is a legend.
Bro, Fred is a legend, bro.
Dude, you know what? I've met him one time. When all this was going on. Mm-hmm. And then, because his matches are months apart. Mm-hmm. And he will just still, to this day, randomly, he will just message me. Yeah. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Like, dude, you're beautiful, man.
Yeah,
that's
hey, bro,
amazing.
Hey, bro, I don't know. It'd be sometimes he'll message me so late at night, and then I'll be on the road driving and don't want to text, and I just forget to message him.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey, man, safe travels.
That happens to me
and
all the
time. And it'd be like 2, 3 in the morning. Hey, man, safe travels. But he does that with literally everybody.
It's crazy. The nicest person.
But he's one of our go-to guys. I did a spot where in the skit, we was planning the robbery, and I was like, everybody needs their mask. And so I had a Jason mask. I had like an old Freddy Krueger mask. And then there was a third guy. I was like, dude, where your mask at? He was like, man, you don't want my mask because it's the scariest thing you ever going to see. Like, nah, you need to put it on. So he put it on, and this picture of Fred Jones. And we were like, yeah, the motherfucker's scared. But Fred is my guy, man. Oh, the Candyman stuff. When the latest Candyman movie dropped, I got in the bathroom. I was like, yeah, I'm going to face my fears. So I said, Candyman. When I got to the fourth one, the lights started flickering. And I was like, what the hell? And then the lights came back up. And I said it again, and the lights went off. And I'm like, what the hell? Then the lights come back on, and it's Fred right there. And I'm like, what the hell? Hey, but that's my guy,
love that.
Man. Fred, man,
he seems like he's down for a lot of things, too. He did that match. Was it at Catalina where Fred got in the match? Yeah, people were loving that.
Fred is a national treasure, bro, for real.
He is.
For real.
Now, when it comes to K.Toomer wrestling, so if you've only been... So is your character still are you still evolving it, or is it kind of found its own thing, and you're kind of just like riding the character now? Like,
so I think now it found its own thing, but it's really not a character. It's just me going out there.
Right.
It's just me being me.
I just mean like I guess what I'm really pointing. It's like the fat jitsu thing, the SHO NUFF, like all that's kind of baked in now. You come out and everybody already knows what the deal is.
Yeah, it's already said. How I don't know.
I think it just works.
It's that starting a match with the when I say SHO NUFF, you say SHO NUFF. Like something simple like that.
I say it with my whole chest.
Yeah, it's call and response. So if you go back to Austin, what? I'm gonna drink a beer.
That's right. What?
I'm gonna stomp a mud hole. What? I'm gonna slap this hole. What? It makes the audience that's watching you a part of what you're doing.
Yeah. I see
So
it now.
if I'm fighting and blah blah blah, and like I said at the beginning, when I say SHO NUFF, you say SHO NUFF. 5 minutes into the match, I can hit a kick, stand up, SHO NUFF.
The whole crowd, SHO NUFF.
It's like it's.
You got me.
Yeah,
it works. It's like a drug, man.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize.
It's like a subconscious thing to where it's like they're like, all right, he said it, we did it, and you notice I do it 3 times before the match.
Yep.
SHO NUFF, SHO NUFF, SHO NUFF, SHO NUFF, SHO NUFF. And I'm like this. We get the crowd to clap and everything. Then we do something. And then every time I say SHO NUFF, they're right there. It almost, I don't want to say hypnotizes them, but it kind of gets some people.
It kind of is hypnotizing.
It gets some people in the crowd to pay attention to what we're doing in the ring more because they're waiting for me to yell that SHO NUFF for them to be a part of.
It keeps them glued to you, so they're ready to do the thing. And also, anybody who's not paying attention when the whole crowd's going SHO NUFF, they're like, "What the fuck is SHO NUFF?"
What the fuck? And then not only that, for the people in the back who ain't never been around us,
dude, you know it's good. The last few have been so insane. The last one was fucking wild. But you'll see people now; they're standing on shit, just trying to get some footage.
Yep.
Because it's so off the Richter scale in there.
That match with Xander, he did something, and I cut him off. And I remember
the ceiling, the first ceiling. He tried the ceiling first time. You grabbed him off of it.
I grabbed him and hit him with the power driver. And I rolled to the side, and I looked up, and somebody had a camera right here.
Yes.
So I'm like, damn, I got to start talking. So I'm like, damn, he in shape. I'm tired. Somebody go order me some pizza and some sweet tea or something.
I bet money that was Sam's camera.
It might have been.
He's got the one on the stick, on the 360 cam.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it might have been.
He's on it.
Hey, he be on it.
He's on it.
He be on it, man. The Vino shows are what the Vino shows are, but that man put in more work than even the people wrestling on the card.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
Between him and Brian, I don't know how they pull it off, but they film damn near every square inch of that room while it's happening.
That's crazy.
2 people.
That's crazy. And like I be cheating too because I had plants in there. I had somebody on each side of the ring with one of my GoPros.
It's perfect.
And
if there was a way to cut a notch in those turnbuckles and put a camera inside that thing and get all 4 corners,
that'd be dope.
Oh my god!
So
y'all hit those things so motherfucking hard.
Yep.
And that ain't no bullshit. Y'all hit them motherfuckers. First time I saw that, I was like, and it. You're like, holy shit!
Yep.
And there's nothing but steel behind that thing.
Number steel. I ain't gonna lie. I thought me and Xander broke the ring last time we was in it.
I can't believe you didn't.
Because we did it. It was something where I got him in the corner, I hit him, and I set him on the top turnbuckle. And just to show off, while he's sitting on the top turnbuckle, I just threw a kick and kicked him in the head.
Yep.
But when I kicked him, the top rope went.
So they were having problems with that the whole time, like prior to the match. Something about that top rope, those tensioners y'all have, they weren't. Something wasn't acting right, and the come along broke too at the bottom. But I fixed that. Yeah.
So I remember when that. I remember something had happened, and I hit the ropes, and I was like, "Shit, don't do that no more."
A little too far.
I was like, "Yeah, don't do that no more." But I don't know, man. Like going back to what we were saying earlier, though, the Vino shows, man, it's a dope atmosphere. I don't know how versed everyone is as far as their wrestling knowledge, but that's as close to a PWG crowd I can think of.
See, that's the things I don't know yet. I don't know all the terminology and the.
So PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, bro. Think the Vino's crowd, just more space and more people.
Now, where's that at?
So that's where people like Ricochet, Young Bucks.
Well, because I feel like that's
Kenny.
the next step. Like Vino's is getting sold out
every show,
every
single show.
The only thing to do is to make it bigger, which is unfortunate. But but if they'll go, it only benefits everyone involved.
Yep.
Is to switch venues. Well, I'm not saying switch venues. I'm saying that thing is getting wildly popular, and it's gone viral a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like, and the one thing I talked to Will about, I'm like, there's one thing y'all can do. Every show, half of that crowd is a new face.
Oh yeah, for sure, every time.
And you're like 8 deep or 6 deep, however many it's been, 6 to 8 deep, and you're still pulling crazy ass numbers. There's still like, and it's like, and you're competing with shit. That last one, there was so much going on in the city.
Yeah, it was other shows, and it was music shows going on. I want to say it was a wrestling pay-per-view that night.
Exactly, and they're choosing that over the other thing. That's huge.
It's dope, man. It's just, for me, it's the organic growth behind it.
Yes.
Like I kind of talked about earlier, it's like 30 other wrestling companies trying to pop up. I know since we started doing the wine mixers, and then since Vino started up, it was only one other company that was running locally in the area out in Sherwood. And even with them running, they're not reaching the people that we're reaching. And it's not just from a promotional aspect of getting asses and seats and selling tickets. It's actually talking to people, building relationships, and actually treating people like people when they're at the shows.
The very first thing we did when we showed up, Kurt goes, "Here's a camera, you're going to vlog the whole thing." And he got me drunk before we went. The first person I meet out of my car is Sleazy. I don't know who he is. Yeah. "Hey, Bubba, what are you doing, man? Oh, you're going to have a great night, I promise." Like, he's just telling me, like, "Oh, it's the nicest fucking guy." Then you meet everybody else, and I'm having the best time. I watch you staple pizza to his fucking forehead. I'm like, "Kurt, this is the best night of my fucking life." I'm drunk as fuck, dude.
Before the show, because I remember, it's always funny to me when, all right, so you have some people that get there a little early, and they'll kind of see some things behind the scenes, and they'll see us all kind of hanging out, talking, laughing, and joking. And then 2 hours later, we're in the ring beating the shit out of each other.
Yes.
How the fuck do y'all do that? And it's weird because it's like it seems like the cooler you are with somebody, the worse you fuck them up in the ring.
I can see that. And it's a trust thing.
Like, all right, another match that I had there that I'm proud of, the match between me and Mike Anthony when he came down. All right, so it's a lot of history and backstory in that match that a lot of people may not realize.
Probably not at all.
But when we did the promo at the end where we shook hands and hugged and everything. Yeah. So how I talked about us being the problem kids. When me and Mike met, me and Mike was legit going to try to fuck each other up.
Oh, shit.
Because we had somebody in the middle that was playing both sides of it. Both sides of the coin. So he'd text me, "Hey, man, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. This is the match that I get. And this is going to lead to you being champ." But then turn around and text you, "Hey, man, this is the match that I get. This is going to lead to you being champ."
Oh, he's playing y'all.
Playing both sides.
Fucking.
And then build us up on the run to have this crash course with each other. And then now, because we're both under the understanding that I'm supposed to be champ, you're going to be built as champ. Now we don't want to agree with what's going on as far as the booking goes. And the whole time the promoter's in the middle saying, "Well, I talked to KT and he said this and he said this." Then come back, KT, well, I talked to such and such, and he said this and he said that. And the whole time, we never really had a conversation. Because
Right.
at this time, people are still looking at me as the super green guy who shouldn't have an opinion on nothing. Opposed to, hey, this is a grown-ass man.
Right.
Let's figure some stuff out.
Yeah.
So, Mike being high-headed, me being high-headed, you got to a point where we were like, hey, fuck this guy.
Right.
Legit. And that went on for a minute. And then started putting two and two together.
Okay.
Then I started, me being me, I started calling certain shit out. And then me and Mike, and not just me and Mike, but I'm kind of paraphrasing the whole situation because it's way more.
Right. Yeah.
But me and Mike had a conversation and started putting shit together. And we're like, well, this is what was said here. Well, this is what was
Let
said
me show
here.
you what screenshot. Yeah,
Well,
buddy.
this is what was said here.
Yep.
Well, this is what was said here. Oh, bro, the problem wasn't us at all. It was this motherfucker. Now, me and Mike working that match of Vino's, outside of when we first met, we had only worked one match.
Okay.
Me and him going out there, putting trust in each other, one fucking each other up.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mike. Fucking each other up. But it's like when you're fighting, it's like communication in between each hit. And it's like, yeah, hit me because I'm going to hit you back.
Right.
Get your shit out.
It's wild how fast y'all do it.
Yeah, because I'm going to get my shit out. But it's like conversation and communication in between each hit, each blow, each slam, each kick. And I think doing that match is what solidified the respect between me and Mike. But not just me and Mike. When I had the match with Grayson Beckett.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't understand or know Grayson is the first person I ever stepped in foot in the ring with.
Really?
Training-wise.
Cool.
Because he was the first one. So my training kind of got fast-tracked. Because what I was doing was, when we started training, I was seeing stories about how you had certain people that was training for 2 years and they weren't getting it. I'm like, hey, I ain't got the time.
Right.
I need to figure out what the hell was going on. So our normal training schedule was before the shows, and that was it. I talked to our trainers and was like, hey, I'm trying to get this shit down now. So even in the weeks where we don't have shows, I don't give a fuck what the price is. I'm trying to be in here training. So we would set up private trainings and everything. We would go out there, and Grayson was the first one to say, hey, I'll get in the ring with him. And I don't know shit, but I'm throwing him around like fucking duffel bags and shit.
Yeah.
And he's critiquing me. The first show that I was at, he invited me to his house to hang out, all types of stuff. And I think over some time, of course, when you had your group of buddies, everybody kind of split and kind of started doing their own thing by staying in communication.
Always.
I think over time it kind of seemed like, for some people, because I've had these conversations with a few people, it seemed like on the outside looking in, I was being handed everything from certain people. And I kind of feel like with some of my guys in the group, I think they kind of thought that way. And I was like, nah, that's not what it is. Like, bruh, if people knew the story behind fighting for that motherfucker, it's crazy.
Right.
But I think it got to a point to where certain people either felt I was being handed everything or being spearheaded everything because of my size and everything. So we ended up having our match and fought it out and had that line of communication between him punching and kicking me in the head and me punching and kicking him in the head, and everything is cool. But from day one, guys like him, Will, Drayshawn Prince, Draven Morrow, Josh Cross, even meeting Buddy and Chris.
Right.
Like, they've all been solid people every time I've been around them.
Always.
So in my mind, I'm like, hey, if they need anything, all they got to do is pick up the phone and call me.
Right.
Even though we're not around each other on a regular basis, even though we all got our own different stuff going on.
And that's just life, man.
It's just life. But when we're together, though, when everybody's together, like I said, Vino,
it's fucking awesome. It's a party.
Yeah, Vino's is the brainchild of Will, Buddy, and Chris. However the hell they got on that topic. I don't want to know what kind of drugs they were taking, but however the hell they came up with the concept, they came up with it, and when Will called me, I was like, hey, whatever, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm game for it.
And it's been fucking awesome.
It's been crazy.
Hell of a
bro.
ride so far.
Mm-hmm.
Even it's like, I got one more. Are we good on time, Kurt?
15 minutes.
15 minutes? All right, we'll end on this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I know this is like a little curtainy, but I am wondering. So, like, your K.Toomer, Fat Jitsu, SHO NUFF, all this stuff, you have like a move.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is creating a move a thing really, or are you just is it more like a top-down situation? Or if you have something and you're like, this is what I'm going to do, it's called like the knee breaker 5000. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Now, do people pick up on that at like other wrestlers, and so you're like, hey, I'm gonna do my finishing move on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's called this. Do you have to show that to them every single time you play somebody new or like a new spot?
Some people I have to. Sometimes you can explain stuff to people and they can visualize it,
Right.
and see what's going on. All right, so I do a combo set that I call 3-piece and a biscuit.
I fucking love that.
So all of my moves and combinations, I've either named them out of some kind of fat shit,
Yeah.
or anime reference.
Okay.
Like I do a shining wizard that I call Dragon of the Darkness Flame.
There
If
you
you
go.
know Yu Yu Hakusho, you know what it is. My original finisher, which was a T-bone suplex into a jackhammer variation, I used to call it the Big Bang from Vegeta's Big Bang Attack.
Yeah.
So I tell them like, hey man, I do this combo setup, put them in the corner, double chop, hit the ropes, big splash, head kick, snapmare, shining wizard.
That's the 3-piece and a biscuit.
3-piece and a
I
biscuit.
love that one.
And when I tell them that, you got some people that are like, okay, do I just sit there? Do I need to turn? No, you ain't got to do nothing. Because by the time you hit the ground, I'm already off the ropes hitting you. You're going to be that fast? Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
And then when they see it, it's like, and then when we're in there, it's like, we get to the back, they're like, yeah, you really coming with that one. Like, yeah, I told you it was coming. But some people, you have to do that too. You have some people that are assholes. Like my finish now, I call it the seismic toss.
The seismic toss?
Yeah.
Nice.
From Charizard.
Okay. Oh, okay.
When Charizard beat Magmar.
He's so deep in it.
Yeah,
He's
for
so
real.
deep in it.
For real, when Charizard beat Magmar, Charizard used seismic toss and he grabbed him, flew up, spun around, and he created the world, and he slammed him, threw him down, and he knocked him out.
So you grab him, spin him around, throw him down?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay.
So I set up from a pump handle slam position, put him up to my shoulder, and instead of going to the pump handle slam, it's a modified F5. So I'm spinning, instead of 5 miscarry,
Right.
F5, I'm
You
spinning.
spin it.
But with the way they spin, and I'll show it to you, the way they spin is spinning their whole body.
Right.
Instead of just,
Like throwing a rag.
yeah.
Well, can you throw a rag to spin it or whatever?
It's a certain somebody on SmackDown who saw it and is using it right now.
Looking at you, Rock. The Rock.
Um,
What do you think about him being back? Stupid?
It's dope.
It's dope? Okay.
I think it's dope because what it's doing is bringing in a casual audience that may not be familiar with wrestling.
The new, all the
Yep.
new stuff. Yeah.
Yep. It's bringing in new eyes, new viewers, but also with him being back, the rest of the show benefits because this is the first time in a long time I've been able to watch a full Raw and full SmackDown with my eyes glued to see what's going on.
Right.
Because now they're throwing tidbits and Easter eggs in between the segments. They did a whole segment to where I forget who it was walking to the back, Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was mad about something. He was walking to the back, and the camera followed him all the way to the back. And Miz and R-Truth was there talking about something. And Sami walked past them, and when Miz and R-Truth came up, the camera just started following them back in. But it's little Easter eggs in the background that you're going to miss out on unless you see those segments and those spots that set up other big situations. Like, all right, a lot of people don't know this or may not have caught on to this. The whole situation with Dominic Mysterio being on SmackDown right now with Phantasma. Or
They Easter egged it before it happened?
Yeah, they Easter egged it before it happened.
They did the new Marvel. They Marvel and everything.
That's what they doing.
What the fuck?
But I think it's dope because
That is dope.
Because with Rock being back, you instantly have to say, okay, this is our main storyline, even though it already was. But Rock being
Right.
back puts that extra piece on the cake, but it makes it unpredictable with the stuff that The Rock is doing right now. Mm-hmm. The Rock is playing it like he's going off script on everything.
Right.
I think it's a genius move for them to go off air and then to come out and say, yeah, The Rock went over on his promo. That was totally unscripted what's going on. So it kind of throws the edge of realism back into it like it used to be. Like,
Yeah.
is this fake? What's going on?
The kayfabe.
What's going on? And then imagine if it's a swerve later on for the payout to where Rock turns on the bloodline. After all of this shit. So for me, that's what makes it interesting. But it puts those casual eyes on it, but you also have the rest of the show firing on all cylinders. So you advertise The Rock at the beginning of the show.
Right.
Rock ain't coming out until the end of the show.
Very end.
So for those casual viewers who never really watch wrestling, they're watching the whole show
Right.
until Rock comes out. But during the time of them watching their whole show, they might see a Ricochet versus JD, or
Right.
they may see R-Truth and Miz versus Imperium, and they may see something that they like. They say, "Hey, I like this guy. Let me come back and watch again."
Absolutely.
That's what I appreciate about whenever you have somebody of that caliber, and then a lot of people ain't. And this is just my weird way of thinking. A lot of the wrestling legends, we're running out of them.
Mm-hmm.
We running out of them. All of the ones we came up under or came up idolizing, they're already in the Hall of Fame. They're already done. Career's done.
They're old men.
They're in the 50s, going into
Yeah.
the 60s. They're done. Rock is one of the last ones that we can, the last ones that was at mega superstardom that we could say, hey, since I was a kid, I was able to see this whole man's progression.
They're using him to put on a new face. They need somebody.
They need somebody.
Yeah.
But if you think about it,
I think they have that kind of the getting the YouTuber. What's his name? Paul.
Logan Paul. Yep.
I mean, you gotta be like that guy already had a built-in audience that is more massive than most networks can pull.
But they've been doing it forever. Now WrestleMania 1, when Mr. T came in and fought,
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been their structure forever.
They bring in celebrities all the time.
When they brought in Cyndi Lauper, when they brought in fucking
Jackass.
Yep.
ICP did it once.
Yep. So ICP, they was like real wrestlers.
Right, they were. They were backyard wrestlers.
Backyard wrestling and everything, and just happened to get a deal.
Yo, I've worked with those guys. They are so fucking nice. It's ridiculous.
Dope.
I loved them.
Yeah, I think some along the lines of how they ended up getting like the big deal with WWE. It was a group with the Oddities, and somebody was like, "We need a theme song," and one of them said, "Hey, we need ICP on it." And then they did the song for the Oddities, got the invite, and they were like, "Hey, we're wrestlers too. We can take bumps." And then they went out there, get their ass whooped, and then they was like, "Hey, we're gonna let y'all do matches." And then they did some matches. Something ended up happening, and then they ended up jumping to WCW.
Oh man, yeah, that was that long ago. Jeez, I forgot there was multiple back then.
It was one, not Violent J, but the other one.
Shaggy 2 Dope.
Shaggy. He got. It was a crucifix.
Did you get ragdolled?
No, it was a crucifix. It was him and Vampiro. It was either him and Vampiro or him and Sting. And they was on the top of a school bus.
Oh shit!
And he took a power bomb on the school bus. It just slid right off the top of the deck.
He's the skinny one too. Yeah.
And he just slid right off the bus. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy.
That's the end of that. All right, man. Promote your stuff. We'll wrap it up. You're fucking good at this. You should have your own podcast again.
Man, I'm thinking about it, man.
You should.
I haven't done podcasting. Well, I'm not doing podcasting, but I'm doing this thing called Talk Time with K.Toomer.
Oh, okay.
Where I do sit with people for anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes, brief conversation, short form, put it out, something that's easily digestible. I want to get back to doing podcasts, but with my schedule right now,
yeah, you are
busy,
busy man.
But Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, the new porn site. Anywhere, if you type me in K.Toomer, you're going to find me. Memphis Wrestling, the new Memphis Wrestling Heritage Champion, the Unified Arkansas Heavyweight Champion, Vinos, wine mixers.
April 13th.
April 13th. Go to it, man. If you in the Little Rock area and you want a good time, bring your family.
One of the best times.
We legit had a lady that was like 80-something in one of the last Vino shows. I don't know why the hell she was there, but she was there. Come on out, man. Come on, kick it. Not just that, man. Even though I shouldn't say this, even one of the other wrestling companies that's popping up, either one of the newer ones, go and check them out, man. Give them a chance. Because, I mean, it's the point of us doing what we was doing is because we wanted to see things change and we wanted things to grow in the right direction.
There you go.
Whether I agree with certain companies running or not, it ain't my decision on it. Go and support those other companies as well, man, because growth is growth.
That's right. The more the merrier, man.
Yep.
Growth is growth.
Now, if the shit's trash, though, don't let it be known that shit's trash.
Come back to Vino's.
Yeah, come back to Vino's. But, man, just support, not just wrestling, man, just support people who are doing something to chase some kind of dream in general, man.
Arts, entertainment.
Because a lot of people don't know, man, how much time goes in. People see this.
Right.
They don't see the hours of
Oh,
man
my
work
God.
that goes in behind
amount of
everything.
Messages and pleases and, hey, you said this is, and,
Man.
God,
Man.
shoot me.
Man. Oh, and we getting into summertime where it's starting to heat back up. Wash your ass on a regular basis.
Duly noted. I'll have to follow that myself. I'm a nasty bastard. All right, everybody. Crashcast Pod 1 on Twitter, the new porn site. Patreon, sign up, please. That's how we pay for these things and get liquid death into Toomer's body here. Thank you for listening. Peace. Look at this shit, dude. God damn, that's cool. I've never held one of these.